Welcome to video 2 of the Python beginner course, where we're covering introductory Python. In video 1, we used Flet to build this GUI. Today, we're going to cover variables and lists in more detail. This is a course on Python, not a course on game development. Okay, the first step is that we're going to add a variable to control this. So we'll query 1 will equal to this image. And we've assigned the image to a variable. So it's kind of cool that you can have an image be a variable. And we can now add query1. And it looks the same. But we can simply copy it and drop it in, call him query2, and we can have him have a friend who's an evil twin. And now there's two of them, and they're up and down because we haven't put it into a row. So to make it easier, we likely want to put it into a list. So we have queries equals to an empty list. And now we can set up a for loop for there's some integer I in range 10, or maybe it's too many, 2, and then we'll have a query. So we'll go, it's the name of the array, and we'll append it to the end, and then we'll have the image. We'll just copy right here. We'll delete this. And set the range, and maybe I'll make this smaller. And initially, we'll get rid of this adding. And now it's blank because we took away query. It's a list of images, and this add does not take the list. So there'll still be nothing. However, you can deconstruct the list with this little asterisk. And I did Control C here, and I restarted it, and now we have two queries. Okay, to give us a little bit more space, I'm going to comment out the text. I'll do Command / on the Mac, and that will comment it out. So when it has a pound sign or this number sign in the front, the rest of the row here will not be processed by Python. And so we have it where it's just the two queries. So I'm going to check the height of query. So it's pretty difficult to see, but it says it's 230 times 315. So 230 wide times 315 high. So I'm going to cut them down. And so the first number is 230. Since I'm not very good at math, I will just use Python. And I'll go 230 maybe divided by 4. So it's 57.5, and we'll call it 58 for the width. Let's go back. I'll make him a little smaller. We'll go width equals 58, and then the height will be, so he is 315 pi. 315 divided by 4 equals 79. Then I'll quit the terminal and I'll use the up arrow to restart Flet run main.py. And we have small queries, which we need because at this point we're not using a row. The query is going to come downways, so we need them to be a tiny query. All right. So at this point, we could have many queries on the screen. So if we put the range as 5, there will be five queries. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 6 will fit, maybe even 7. And there are 7 queries, but I think the bottom query is cut off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll stick it to 5 because, and you could further adjust this height, and we could do other things once we get into a row, but we're not doing with the row right now. We're focused on this list right here. And the cool thing is that this little asterisk, although it looks funky, oftentimes these things look complex, but they're actually very simple, right? So this also looks complex, but it's just page, right? This colon here, and after this is just a type. So you could just have page here as the input for the parameter. And this arrow here, it looks kind of scary, but it's just saying that returns none. The most important part is this colon here. So this asterisk looks scary, but all it does is deconstruct the list. It just changes it from a list into individual pieces. So we'll make a query be like a synth, and we will create a new function to create query. It's like a clone, like in Blade Runner or something, where there's many queries. And we're going to put it here. One tab and 2 blank lines between the defs. I'm using rough, so it's automatically formatting it for me. And we have this thing for create query. And it's actually going to return it. In this case, the return is an image from Flet. So ft.image. And we're not running it. We just created the function. We defined the function, but we didn't run it. To actually run the function, we have to do it like this. Create query. So it's going to create a new query every time through the loop. And then you have the queries here. All right, congratulations. If you made it this far, you are actually blazing through the AP CSA course in high school concepts or the UC University of California introductory course. What have you learned? You learned that a Python variable can be assigned to a custom object. And people talk about object-oriented programming. It's supposed to be confusing, but not really. So we assigned this earlier, the image here, to a variable before the assignment. And so you know that you can assign a variable to the output of a custom object here. You learned about list data structures, and manipulation of data structures is big talk when you study computer science, but this is a list. It's just a place to start. And If it's your first time seeing a list, it might be confusing. You just need to practice it. It's not that bad. You just have to practice. It's just a like a bucket. You can hook various things to it. The keyword in Python is append. So every time, this is a loop, every time through the list, you append to the end. And if you don't get the concept of a list, don't feel bad. Many very successful computer scientists didn't understand this concept in the beginning. We're assuming in this course that you do know it. If you don't, you can drop a comment and we can make a easier introduction to lists. But we're trying to get pretty quick into more complex manipulation of the list. So this list deconstruction is here where it separates it out into individual objects. So that's why you can do page add, and it's the 5 objects here that were created. And then you have function definition. So we can create a new function in Python like this, using this type of convention here. This funny looking arrow with the colon is optional. This is the type hint, and we don't actually need it because this return is pretty simple, but if it was more complex, you would know the top that your function is going to return this image from Flet. And then you have your little queries here. We're going to cover more data structure types, including list comprehension in future videos. This is what we're going toward. The purpose is to learn Python, but along the way, you will learn how to use Flet and also the UI, such as rows and columns.